What's up, everybody? It's Witch Dr. Aspen coming to you from my office in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. The weather has not cooled off. It's September and it's still hot, just in case you were wondering. Yeah, it's awful. Summer forever! It sounds fun. And then you get here and it kind of sucks. Whatever. It is day one of my Mercury retrograde journey, and so far I feel pretty unscathed. I've watched it kind of spank some people though. Oh yeah, Mercury retrograde will give you a spanking, especially if your shit's not together or you're not ready to clean out that emotional closet. Like I said in my first video, if you're not ready to do the work and you're not actively prepping for it, Mercury retrograde will kick your ass. And that is why it has such this it's Mercury retrograde notorious energy behind it. If you're here, welcome. This is day one of my Mercury retrograde journey. So I decided that I was gonna make the most out of this Mercury retrograde because besides it being chaotic and causing all kinds of issues with communication and shipping and traffic and blah, 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 all the shit that it does, it's well documented about all of the nasty things that Mercury retrograde fucks up. What is not as well known is that this is actually a time for rest, relaxation, reflection, recuperation, all those nice R words. And for me, I was like, oh, well, time to get it together. Time to actually really take care of myself. So I decided to do two things. One, use this really badass Mercury retrograde journal that I got from my Goddess Provisions box. Go Goddess Provisions, little plug. Not sponsored, but I love them. This is my Mercury retrograde journal. It goes through all three cycles that you would have for the year. Of course, I'm starting in the middle of the Mercury retrograde cycles for the year. It's such a great journal. So, and honestly, it has so much stuff in it, like a Mercury retrograde survival guide, some simple do's and don'ts, and what you're gonna need to go through this journal. Thank God I have all of that already. It tells you how to do a card reading for Mercury retrograde, so I will be doing that one of the days in one of my videos. And it talks about all the different signs that it could be in and what that means. Right now we're in Virgo and Libra for it, actually Libra and then Virgo, which is great because Virgo is one of the houses that it's home in. So if you're here with me, it's because we're going through the next 21 days of blossoming into, at least for me, my true self. And I'm doing that using this Mercury retrograde journal that, like I said, came from my Goddess Provisions box. Such a cool little journal. Okay, so a little bit about the planet Mercury straight from the journal. It's such a great little resource. It has such great information in it. So I'm just gonna read right from the book. Because I want everybody watching this to kind of feel like they're going on the journey with me. You might not own this journal. That's fine. I want the intention, my intention behind this is that I want people to kind of relearn, oh, this is what we do during Mercury retrograde. It's about reflection and rest and recuperation and revisiting things that aren't working and change and growth. It's not this hunker down and freak out time, So I'm going to read right from the book because it's such a great resource, and I want everyone to feel like they're present in it, and it's not just me going, this is what this is about. Okay. Mercury is the first planet in our solar system and closest to the sun. After the moon, it is the fastest moving celestial body that we can track in astrology right now. It is often depicted as the messenger of the gods and tells the story of our daily expression, communication, and how we exchange energy with our environment. Mercury is our direct connection to divine wisdom through prayer and sacred mantras. Words encourage us to conquer our chaotic world by giving meaning and purpose to things, people, and events we are surrounded with. We use language to communicate our needs, thoughts, and feelings. We are able to build, create, and transform our world, all with the power of our mind that is ruled by Mercury. Mercury further describes our thinking and mental processes, and when we connect with people, it is usually through the expression of Mercury in their natal chart. Now, natal chart is just a fancy way of saying your astrology chart. So, where your Mercury sign is in your astrology chart is going to determine how you communicate. For example, my Mercury is in Pisces, so I think like a Pisces and I communicate like a Pisces. Tracks. But that's not the case for everybody. Some people might have a Mercury placement that's completely different than their sun sign. So they're going to think and communicate in accordance or like the sun sign, or like the Mercury sign rather than their sun sign. That's why astrology is so deep. It's not just your first three or your sun sign, it's this whole aspect of where all your planets are. But I digress. You will probably notice how some people are engaging and entertaining storytellers, using poetic and rich language, while other people are concise and even edgy. It is expressed through their natal placement, Mercury. But Mercury's meaning in our lives goes much deeper. All sensory information we collect and absorb needs to be processed, coordinated, and understood properly. Hence, we can say Mercury rules not only communication, but also analyzes, sorts, classifies, and makes sense of things. How do we express our ideas and thoughts? How do we make decisions, choices, and priorities in our lives? It is all given to our Mercury placement. But to fully understand the importance of Mercury in astrology, we need to become aware that Mercury rules not only one sign, but two. Mercury is the natural ruler of both Gemini and Virgo. These two signs are quite different in their expression, meaning, and role in astrology, and therefore Mercury gains even greater importance in our astrological analysis. So, Mercury rules two signs, Gemini and Virgo. And in this Mercury placement, we're in Libra and Virgo. So this is good. We're at home. Okay. Gemini is a mutable air sign ruled by Mercury. It's the third sign of the zodiac. The key phrases here are I think and I communicate. And these people are talkative, curious, adaptable, versatile, responsive, sociable, and witty. Gemini is the sign of twins, reminding us that there is always a different side to one story and how we need to be open to different perspectives in order to get a full picture of our life. Represented with playful and curious twins, this sign has a specific character that is often misunderstood. On the surface, Gemini seems like a trickster in constant search of amusement and entertainment, when in reality, this is the energy of bursting ideas, limitless imagination, and high intelligence. In the truest essences, Gemini is all about expansion and broadening the mind. In astrological evolution of the zodiac, Aries represents the beginning, Taurus gives stability and foundation for this beginning, while Gemini encourages growth through the change of perception, and our point of view. Gemini, with her quality, helps us keep more adaptive and change in the way we think. We gain the opportunity to see ourselves in a different light while creating a narrative that influences how we perceive our past, present, and future. It is a reminder that we are powerful creators in our own realities. Mercury, as the ruling planet of this sign, influences how information flows towards us, how we interpret this information, and how our understanding of the world around us. We use language and words as our main tools to do that. Gemini as the sign further teaches us that knowledge is fragmented and there is not one person who knows it all. We need each other to communicate and the wholeness of our life. Gemini reminds us not to judge, but rather to respect other people's opinions, as opinions are not right or wrong. They become one that we attach meaning to, while in essence we need to be open to learn and broaden our perception. So the other sign that is ruled by Mercury is Virgo. This is a mutable earth sign, and it's the sixth sign of the zodiac. The key phrases here are I analyze and I serve, which then it gets to like these types of people, and I have not met a Virgo that wasn't fucking judgmental. I have never met a Virgo that didn't have some shit to say about somebody else. So this is hilarious. But analytical, intellectual, precise, orderly, detailed, helpful, conscientious, and humble. I have never met a Virgo that was humble. Never. That is hilarious to me. Maybe it's just me. All the Virgos that I've ever met have been caught up in their ego perceptions. But dang. Virgo is the true goddess of the zodiac. Also, Virgo's opposite of me in my chart. Like in the astrological chart, Virgo and Pisces are opposite of each other. So it's like me trying to understand the complete opposite of myself, which is so difficult to do. Honestly, I've always had the hardest time just like really understanding Virgo energy, but apparently they're the true goddess of the zodiac. Let's keep going. This energy is very feminine, intuitive, and creative. In her essence, brings grounding quality to our lives, teaching us that we have special talents and gifts to share with the world. This is how we tap into our inner power. One of the greatest lessons of the Virgo sign is that perfection is an illusion. Fucking tell a Virgo that. Tell a Virgo that. Jeez. Acknowledging and accepting our imperfections is a road towards our growth and fully blossoming into our true selves. Virgo, listen up. Virgo reminds us that we are all brought to earth with a unique purpose, and there lies our potential. It may be difficult to fathom or describe it in plain words, but we are aware of this unpleasant feeling when we are not aligned with our truth. When we invite the highest vibration of the Virgo sign, we are ready to embark on the journey of self-discovery to fully understand and the value and impact we can make in the world. And I'm going to say, yeah, the highest vibration of Virgo, which I've never met any. Please somebody who's a very high vibration but humble ass Virgo, please comment and be like, hey, we exist, because I need proof right now. Virgo is very analytical. She helps us bring order to our lives and impeccably defines what serves our good and what not. Badly written. When we embrace and lean into the brilliant frequency of the Virgo sign, we know how to develop rituals that serve our growth and daily routine that is the foundation for achieving our intentions and our goals. Virgo helps us organize our lives so we can become productive on every level. But one of the greatest virtues of the Virgo sign is her ability to connect us with our gentle and sensitive feminine nature and guide us towards our healing. Virgo teaches us that healing is a first step towards manifesting anything we desire in our life and that we are worth it. There's nothing we can't achieve once we set our minds to it. I will say that Virgos are very determined. And I always say, like, if you want a project done, put a Virgo in charge of it. Put a Virgo in charge of it, like in terms of actually making all the tiny little pieces go. Virgo. Put a Virgo in charge, it'll get done. Okay. So we've talked about these two signs that are ruled by Mercury. We talked about a Mercury retrograde last time. Now we're going to get into practicing being silent. So the very first journal prompt in this fantastic little book was retreat in silence and solitude. My partner was gone, so I decided to clean the whole house and be by myself in as much silence as I could muster. And of course I was in silence for some of that time. So it says, as Mercury starts to retrograde, we are motivated to step back and acknowledge which parts of our lives we need to revisit. Spend time meditating and reconnecting with your intuition. What is she telling you? I am going to lead everybody through this guided meditation. So get in a comfortable position. This meditation is mantras for the Mercury retrograde season. And I'm going to be listening to my own voice of this recording every day for the next days of Mercury retrograde to really program my subconscious mind into what is happening in my life and embracing the flow and being more restful and everything else that are these mantras. So get in a comfortable position. I'm going to get in a comfortable position. And we're going to do this meditation together. Shake it out. Do anything you need to do to get comfy. Okay. Take 3 to 5 deep cleansing breaths. so that you can just get into it with me, okay? This is when you release any tension or stress. Perfect. Now, our first 3 breaths of this meditation are specific, and they're designed to calm our body down and get us more into a flow state. So go like this. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, and then breathe out for a count of 8. So in for 4, hold for 4, out for 8. There we go, 8. I'm bad. For 8. Okay. Close your eyes and get comfy.
Today is a good day. I am present and grounded. I am open to universal wisdom to guide me. Everything is unfolding for my highest good. All events in my life are perfectly aligned. I am open to receive abundance, joy, and contentment. I have clarity over every step or action I need to take. I release any tension, anxiety, and frustration. I release doubt, fear, and anger and embrace the natural flow of life. I release any resistance and control and surrender to my highest self. I trust my intuition. I am confident and successful. I speak my truth and clearly communicate my needs and opinions. I listen to others with compassion and understanding. I choose to see, feel, and radiate love. I am at peace.
So amazing and relaxing. Feel free to journal any of the revelations or realizations, or even write down the mantras that really stuck with you or struck you in a certain way. And it's okay if this was difficult for you the first time, or it felt like you were kind of forcing it. It's brand new and you'll get used to it more as you go. So I know some of you out there are going, okay, so we're just supposed to meditate every day and then like Mercury retrograde is not going to spank us. No, you're supposed to meditate, yeah, but it's not going to prevent shit from happening to you. The point of it is to sit in silence and stillness. And you're like, silence and stillness? The fuck? Why does anybody want to be in silence? Doesn't that sound like a punishment? Well, actually, silence is where we can hear our thoughts, and we can then adjust our thoughts. Hearing our thoughts actually fully, and then adjusting them based on what's coming out, based on what we're actually thinking about, right? So silence is beneficial because it gives our mind an opportunity to take a break. It's not taking in more information, so that we can process what's already in there. That's why. We're doing it so that we don't have all this outside stimulus coming in and distracting us from being mindful and aware of actually what's going on with our thoughts. Because our thoughts determine our feelings. Oh yeah, that's a trip. Our thoughts determine our feelings. How we think is going to determine and influence how we feel. So if we take a couple minutes, just a couple minutes every day, and turn everything off and sit in silence, we're going to be able to hear our thoughts. And when we can hear our thoughts, we can determine which ones are healthy and which ones are not. We can track them. And then when we're tracking them, we can determine which thoughts produce which feelings. So if you're having a bunch of thoughts that you don't think are negative, but you feel crappy all the time, meditation is going to give you that silence and that stillness for a couple minutes, so that you can be like, oh, this thought makes me feel this way. Or you can start to have those realizations. There's a million benefits for meditation. So if you're interested in them, go check out my mindfulness and meditation series, linked right here. Okay, so the self-care that I picked for my first day was to declutter the house, time blocking, and balance with getting things done. I also, I just cleaned the house. That's all I did. The house needed a deep cleaning, and so I did it. And I spent that time decluttering the house, and therefore decluttering my space, and therefore decluttering my mind. Because I knew that the next 21 days, I was going to be slowing down and resting and rejuvenating, and I didn't want to do that in a cluttered space with just stuff everywhere. Like, it needed to get clean and organized. So I did that, and I literally cleaned every fucking inch of my house. I swept every floor, I mopped every floor, I wiped everything down, I put everything away, I did every single scrap of laundry, I did it all. I was cleaning out the closets, I was cleaning out every bedroom, I was cleaning out the entire house, and there's stuff that I'm gonna get rid of, which I'm really happy about. Decluttering. So that's what I chose. The self-care theme for the week was, what was it? Oh, it was to instill calm. It was right there in front of me. The self-care thing for the week out of my self-care journal was to instill calm, and I was like, what better way to instill calm than to clean the whole fucking house and make it calm? Make myself calm by cleaning the whole house and providing that calm space to be in. My intentions for the week were routine, meditation, and to do the Retrograde book. So I honestly did really well with my self-care for the day of Friday. I was so happy for my first day of retrograde to just clean the house. And I think I'm gonna do that starting every Mercury retrograde, is that I start by cleaning the whole fucking house. Like, oh, it's Mercury retrograde, it's time to clean and get rid of stuff, here we go. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. It was so much fun to make, and I can't wait to see you in the next one, where we talk about more Mercury retrograde stuff, and I get into day two, where I'm actually going to be sharing more of like my thoughts and feelings, because these journal prompts get deep, baby. Oh, they get deep. Day 3, oh my God, I skipped ahead a little bit just to like prepare for this experience. Oh, it gets nasty. Y'all are going to learn some stuff about me, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Thank you so much again for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you in the rest of this series. Bye.